Perhaps I have discussed about the concept of health promotion, concept of health education, and concept of communications, IEC, BCC, etc. Today I will discuss about different methods of health promotion and educations. Okay. Now, if you go through the question papers, at least one question you can expect from health promotion and educations. 5 marks from the methods of health educations and another 5 marks how to organize different sessions like that. Okay. So, today I will discuss about the methods of health promotion and education. I require 2 classes perhaps. In one class it is not possible for me to complete all the methods. Okay. Now, before going to start different methods of health promotion and educations, you should know what is health promotion and what is health education, what for health promotion and what for health education. Health promotion means a process of enabling people to gain control over the determinants of health and improve health. Now clear? What is health promotion? It is a process of enabling people to gain control over the determinants of health. So perhaps you know the determinants of health already has been covered by somebody else. Determinants of health, that means determinant means the factors that influence your health, whether you will be healthy or not depends upon so many factors. So health promotion is that process which enables people to gain control over the determinants. That means, say for example, socioeconomic conditions, diet, okay, causes of disease, all these things. So this is health promotions. And health educations means a process of changing the unhealthy behavior. Clear? Okay. So now I will discuss about the methods. This is nothing but what are the methods? Methods of health promotion and education are the techniques or ways in which a series of activities are carried out. What for? To communicate ideas, informations, and develop necessary attitudes and skills for changing unhealthy or undesirable behavior. So methods are series of activities. Okay, it's a techniques or ways of organizing or conducting series of activities. What for? To convey informations, idea, or to communicate information, ideas. That means question comes about the knowledge. Okay, we are providing knowledge through different methods, and at the same time we are trying to change the attitudes, and we try to change the skills, or we try to help people to acquire different types of skills so that they can change their unhealthy or undesirable behavior. Because you know, behavior is the main problem and behavior is the main solutions. If we behave properly, we can be able to solve many more problems. For the reasons, we are more concerned about behavior. In health promotion, we are concerned about enabling people to gain control over the determinants of health, and in case of health education, we are more concerned about changing the unhealthy behavior or lifestyle, whatever may be. For example, say for example, you are organizing immunization sessions here, okay, and immunization sessions you are conducting for the mothers of their children, say either infant or under 5 children. If the mothers does not turn up, so what is the utility of organizing these immunization sessions? That means their behavior is not being changed. Somehow they are not motivated, or they may not have enough knowledge, they may not have the positive attitudes, even they do not know how to reach this Shantiniketan Medical College to immunize their children. So behavior is the main problem, behavior is the main solution. In order to change that, you have to adapt or you have to take the help of different methods through which we can change the knowledge, we can change the attitude, we can help them to acquire skills, ultimately their behavior can be changed. Okay. And you see there are different types of methods. We can classify the methods as individual methods, group methods and mass methods. So, individual methods, these method involves person to person or face to face communications, which provides maximum opportunity for the two-way flow of ideas, knowledge and informations. That is individual method. That means directly involve face to face communications will be there. Once there is a face to face communication, so there is every opportunity to give feedback from the respondents or from the audience. Examples of these methods, mainly interview and counseling. These two methods are applicable in individual situation. If you want to change the lifestyle or if you want to change rather the behavior of the individual, in that case either you have to take the help of interview as a method of education or method of health promotion or health educations, and at the same time you can take or you have to take or you have to apply counseling as a method of changing their behavior. Now, in the group methods, these methods are applicable in group settings. It involves a group of limited persons, maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe up to 10, maybe 20, in the teaching learning situations who have some kind of health promotion and education needs about health problems. This small group can get some opportunity to ask questions and share ideas, information and experience. That means in group methods also there is an opportunity of the participants to ask questions, to clarify questions and get the answers. Examples are demonstrations, group discussions, role play, panel discussions, colloquy and others are there. The next slide I will try to show this one. And third one is mass methods applicable in community setting, because you see if we want to change the unhealthy behavior in the community or rather if you want to promote health, you have to take the help of the community or mass methods, because as a whole you have to change the behavior of the community. So, this method is especially meant for a large number of heterogeneous populations. It helps in reaching broad section of the large population at a time and makes them aware of their health problem. Many times it may happen that community are not aware about their health problem. When the HIV starts in our country, at the first phase people did not know what is AIDS, what is HIV. Even when the dengue starts, the start phase, before last say 7 or 8 years, people did not know. Now they know about dengue, how it is caused, how it is spread. For the reasons, people may not aware about their health problems. In that case, you have to take the help of this method. These are applicable in community settings like public speech or lecture, exhibition, etc. On the basis of the feedback, again we can classify the method into two. One is one way or didactic, and there is two way or Socratic. In case of one way, that means I am here, you are there. In case of one way method or didactic method, you do not have any opportunity to ask questions to me for clarifications. Okay, that is one way. And two way or Socratic, you have the opportunity, you can ask me or you can ask the people who are in the dais for your clarifications, for your doubt clearance. At the same time, the persons who will be seated in the dais, they have the opportunity to take the feedback from the participants, so that we can modify our speech we can modify our message, we can modify our techniques for changing the health behavior of the people for promotion of their health. Now, this is the classifications. Individual methods that I told already, interview and counseling. In group methods, under group methods, so many methods are there. All are not that much important, but I will try to discuss the important group methods one by one. Demonstrations is a group method. Panel discussions is a group method. Colloquy is a group method. Role playing, group method. Symposium, group discussions, brainstorming, budget sessions, workshop, seminar, study trip, all are under group method. That means group method means it is applicable for small group of people, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe up to 20. Okay? And in that case means in that method, group members have the opportunity also to ask question for clarifications. And last one is mass methods, lecture or speech, exhibition and health campaign. In that case, hardly they have any opportunity to ask questions because it is for the large populations. Now, I will start from the mass methods, then group methods, then individual methods, because you see, in case of mass methods, usually it is very difficult to educate people. Rather, it will be easy to aware people, to sensitize people about an issue, about a problem. Okay? So, we will start from mass methods. Through mass methods, we can aware the people. There are 4 stages of adoption. First one is awareness. Then once people will be aware, then they will be interested to listen. The second phase, awareness, interest, then they will take the help of a trial methods. Okay, whether they will adopt this or not, that is called trial. And third one is adoptions. That means accepting the new behavior. For that reason, first we will start discussions from mass method first, then group method, then individual method at last. Okay. So, lecture or speech or talk to talk, that is mass methods, because with the help of that methods, rather it is applicable, this word lecture is applicable in case of this institutional setting or classroom setting or teaching learning situations, and the speech is applicable in the mainly in the community setting. Talk to talk also, this is applicable, this word is applicable in classroom situation. This is the mass methods. So, now you should know what is a lecture, because you see today or tomorrow you have to be in the dash and you have to deliver a lecture, or you have to conduct mass meetings, or you have to deliver a speech for creating awareness among the people about their problems, for changing their health behavior, at least creating consciousness. So, you should know what is a lecture. It is a carefully prepared oral presentations by an expert in the presence of the learner and concerning the topics or subjects relevant to the learners. Is it clear? It is, that means now I am a speaker or I am a lecturer, whatever maybe you can call. Okay. So, lecture or speech means a carefully prepared oral presentations by an expert concerning the subject or topics in which you, the learners, are interested. Okay. That is speech. The lecturer or speaker can prepare the talk in a logical fashion. I have prepared one by one in sequence and logically, then I will deliver this to you. But question comes, first point is, if any method come in the examinations, you have to cover 5 points. So, first point is what it is. Okay. Second point is when it should be applicable, মানে কোথায় আমি ইউজ করব, কখন ইউজ করব, when I will apply these methods as a method of education or as a method of health promotion for changing the health behavior. Okay, in what situations we will use? Number one, it should be used when the learners are empty vessel, because I told you that it is applicable in the community setting for creating awareness. Even they do not have a minimum knowledge, sometimes they may not hear the topics, so it should be used when the learners are the empty vessels. They do not have any knowledge on the basis of which they can participate. That means in learning situations, in speech, the learners may not have any knowledge. If people do not have any knowledge, how you can ask questions, how you can raise your voice in participations? It should be used, number two, it should be used when the objective is to enhance the knowledge of the learner, not changing the attitude or helping the learner to acquire skills, no, only knowledge. And third one, when it should be used, the time. Usually in the forenoon sessions, the speeches or lecture should be organized, because you will be in the fresh mind. It should be used in the forenoon when the learners are in the fresh mind, are full of energy. So in the afternoon sessions, if we try to deliver a talk, you will sleep. For that reasons, we have to organize any lecture sessions in the forenoon sessions rather than afternoon sessions. Clear? So three times you can use. Number one, when we think that the learners or this audience do not have any knowledge on the basis of which they can participate. Number two, when our main objective is to enhance the knowledge, is to provide knowledge only, not to change the attitude or acquiring skills. Okay. In that case, we use speech as a method of education for changing the health behavior. And third one, usually we used to organize this session in the forenoon. Now, third one is, the first point ki chilo, what it is. Second point, when it should be organized. And third point, because 5 marks will be there. I have gone through the question papers. Okay, 5 marks are there in any method. So 5 points you have to cover. Third one is, who are the persons involved in this speech session or lecture session? 3 types of personnel are involved. Number one, chairperson must be there. Okay, in the formal lecture sessions, usually chairpersons will be there. And second one is speaker or lecturer, and third group is audience or learner. Now question comes, who can act as chairperson? Anybody? Perhaps not. Who can act as chairperson? Number one, he must be knowledgeable. He must be skillful. Okay. He must have the capacity to manage the situations. If any controversy arises, if anything happens, so chairman must have the skills to manage. And next group is the speakers. There may be 1 or 2 speakers, not more than that, in case of speech or lecture. Again the question comes out, who can act as a lecturer? Number one, must be knowledgeable. He must have enough confidence about the subject that will be treated by him. Number 3, he must be sober. Tone is very important. He must have the capacity to complete the sessions within the time frame using simple language which can be understandable by the learner lucidly. Next, he must have the capacity to touch almost all the points which will satisfy the objective of the sessions. Usually a speech, time period of a speech may be 40 minutes, 45 minutes, maximum 1 hour. He should know how to start, he should know how to finish, Usually in a lecture sessions or speech sessions, introductions about the topics 2 to 3 minutes. Then comes out the content. Content, what will the content say? For example, this is the sessions about nutrition. So content, that is the content. Within 30 minutes maximum, 20 to 30 minutes, he must finish. Because if one class is allotted, if one lecture session is allotted for me, so I have to finish all these things, okay, the topics. So 20 to 30 minutes. Rest 5 to 10 minutes for discussion, for question answer sessions. Okay. Now how to start this? The chairpersons will preside and he will introduce, chairperson will introduce the speaker or the lecturer. Okay. Then lecturer will start the sessions. And third group is learner or audience. Who can act as a learner or who can be seated as a learner or audience? Audience must have minimum interest. At least minimum interest or need should be there. That I told, which will satisfy the needs of the learner or the audience. If you are not interested at all, if you do not have any need, then you will not be interested. If you have the need, then you will be interested. So minimum need should be there from the part of the audience or learner. Then only it will be fruitful. So that is the third one. And fourth one, patterns of communications. So perhaps now you have idea about the communications. What is communications? Means exchange of ideas. Exchange of ideas from dash to floor. So pattern of communications, lecture means one way flow of communications from dash to floor. It is one way communications, dash to floor. That means I am telling, I am talking, I am delivering. You do not have any opportunity to ask questions in between until I ask. That is one way. And communications will be from dash to floor, from this to that. From dash to do not have any opportunity to ask questions until asked for. That is flow of communication. And last one, advantages and disadvantages. These are the 5 points. Can you remember what it is? Number 1, what it is. Number 2, when it should be used. Number 3, personnel involved. Number 4, flow of communications. Number 5, advantage and disadvantage. Then you can expect 4.5 or 4 marks out of 5. Sometimes 4.5 if you cover all these 5 points. Okay? In any methods. It is expected one method may come. Advantage. What are the advantages of the lecture? One speaker can teach a good number of learner for enhancing knowledge. One speaker is enough. No audiovisual aids are compulsory. I am using audiovisual aids. What it is? What visual audiovisual aids this is? What I am using? Visual. Good. So it is not compulsory. Without the help of these visual aids, I can talk with the similar fashions, but that may not be that much effective. That is a different issue. But this is not compulsory. This is not that much expensive. Only one lecturer or speaker is required, one chairperson is required, and learners. Then message or information can be disseminated systematically. I am trying to communicate or disseminate message or information one by one as will be required for you. These are the advantage. And what is the disadvantage? May not fulfill the needs of the audience or learners. If I am not concerned about your needs, so whatever I know, I will tell you, it may not be applicable for you, it may not be useful for you, it may not meet your needs. Learners are passive listeners because you do not have an opportunity to ask questions. Actively you are not involved until unless I ask for. This is not learner centered. Okay? Discussions will be two centered. This is This is called dash centered or speaker centered, and another group discussions, panel discussions, that will be, or colloquy, that will be learner centered. Okay. But there is an opportunity in almost all methods where learners are allowed to ask questions for clarification once the session is over. That I told you, 2 to 3 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, then rest 5 to 10 minutes for discussion. Is it clear? Everybody is clear? Porte hobe na. No need to go through it. If you listen carefully, you can remember. Only just jotting the points. So, this is about speech or lecture. In classroom situations, in institution situations, in formal situations, we use the terminology lecture. In community situation, we use the terminology speech. কত ধরনের personal involved? How many? 3. Okay. Can I go to the next? Exhibitions. This is not new to anybody else, the name. Everybody knows what is exhibitions. It's a mass education method, with the help of which we can educate a large mass at a time within a limited time period. Mainly applicable community setting. It is for, again, heterogeneous populations. Okay. From যেটা আমরা বাংলাতে বলি টু টুম ইংরেজিতে অবাল বৃদ্ধ বনিতা সবারই জন্যই। ওকে, from all section of populations, illiterate, literate, young, old. Okay, combination of combination of different methods and materials in exhibitions. Different methods we can use, different materials we can disseminate according to the need of the audience. Next is social and demographic factors can be addressed. That means when you organize any exhibitions, we can consider, or rather we should consider about in exhibitions about different caste, different religion, different cultural background, different socio-economic backgrounds. We can consider all these things. Then only we can disseminate the materials, rather we can prepare the materials. Then question comes about dissemination. This is an effective method for educating people, because we will try to involve almost all the senses, one sensory organs. Then it is very much effective. Definitions. What is an exhibition? Simple. Exhibition is the systematic and meaningful display of different educational materials correlated around a basic theme. A theme will be there. Say for example, again I am telling you about the nutrition. That is the theme, with an intention to educate a large number of people within a limited time period at a particular place. That is exhibitions. So, what is that? It is a meaningful, systematic display of materials to educate people. How many people? A large number of people within a limited time period. For 1 hour, for 2 hours, large number of people can be educated concerning topics in a particular place. Now, if we want to organize an exhibitions, what are the prerequisites? When we are going to plan an exhibitions, what things we should think, we should consider? Number 1, that's why I called 7 W's, all W's. Number 1, when it will be organized. That means question comes about date, কবে করব, because we have to invite people, we have to procure resource materials, we have to think about construction of booth, we have to think about place, time, everything. Next, where it will be organized, জায়গা ঠিক করতে হবে, place, with what materials and exhibits, what type of materials we will use, what type of exhibits we will use, that we have to plan. Who will organize the exhibitions? What will be the cost? How much cost will be involved? What will be the content? You have to think about the content. And last one, who will be your audience. These are the prerequisites of planning an exhibition. Then, what will be the resources that we require to organize an exhibitions? Number one, think about the material, because I told you exhibition means display of different types of educational materials. What are the different types of educational materials? What are the resources that you have to procure or you have to collect? Number one, different materials like posters, charts, graphs, leaflets, pamphlets, brochure, models, diorama, specimen, video film, short video film, okay? All these things you have to collect. That means you have to consider what are the resources. First one, material, then budget. Only while planning I told you consideration the budget. Now I am telling how much cost will involve and what are the source of the fund. কত টাকা লাগবে, কোত্থেকে পাবো টাকা. Okay. Third one, though many a times it is self-explanatory, still somebody should be there, a few persons will be there to demonstrate the materials. That persons must be skilled and trained personnel for demonstrating the exhibitions. And next one, production facilities. Who will prepare the materials, or from where we can procure the materials, or from where we can collect the materials. Once it is over, then think about where to organize exhibition. You have to construct a booth. Perhaps you know about the booth, the place with proper fencing, using different types of cloths, everything, okay. Floor covering and fencing. And next one, usually in exhibition hall, minimum two doors should be there. Entrance and exit. One doors will be used as entrance, other doors will be used as entrance. Next, about the proper ventilations, artificial lighting, ventilations. Usually there should be cross ventilations, otherwise it will be too clumsy, too hot. For that reason, cross ventilation must be there. Cross ventilation meaning is clear? Cross ventilations, if there is a window, there must be a window or door. That is called cross ventilation. That must be there in exhibitions. And artificial lighting. If natural lighting is not sufficient, okay, so arrangement of lighting must be there. Not only lighting, also about the for ventilations, apart from the cross ventilations, this fan, exhaust fan, other fans must be there. Then next about the furniture. So these 4-5 points you have to consider while or rather before organizing the exhibition. Okay, clear? Next, organize the exhibitions now. First planning, then organizations, then during, then after. So this is just before organizing the exhibitions. What things you have to take into consideration? Number one, procuring or preparing or collecting materials. You have to collect materials, or you have to produce materials, or you have to prepare materials. Next, selection of materials for display. Okay. You have procure first, then you have to select. After that, numbering. After selections, get number 1, 2, 3, see in a sequence. So start from display from 1, 2, 3, 4 like this in the corner, not in large size, for your sake of understanding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then arrange and display of materials all will be at eye level. বসে কেউ দেখবে না, এরকম করে কেউ দেখবে না. So all the materials should be displayed in the eye level. That is very important issue. Then provision of physical facilities like lighting, table, chair, racks, other furnitures, this one. Provision of interpreters. Though most of the materials are self-explanatory, still there is need of skill and trained demonstrators and arrangement of technicians. If short films or videos are arranged, so automatically somebody should be there, technician should be there, continuous film, moving, short film during exhibitions. Now, during exhibition what to do? Everything is over, arrangement is over, okay. Then, first welcome the audience, well reception of the audience. Then, arrangement of volunteers who will guide the audience. Apart from the demonstrators, you have to arrange few volunteers who can guide. Now, এদিকে চলে যাবে. If you start exhibits, displaying exhibits from 1 to 3, 4 from these sides, so you have to help the audience, they should come here from, then they will move like this, then they will go out. Demonstrating and explaining the exhibits using local verbatim. That is again important issue. Intentionally, I have written local verbatim, not local language. Local language means Bengali. And within the Bengali language, Bangla language মধ্যেই there are different local dialects. Dialect is there. In Birbhum districts, dialect is different. In Bardhaman, dialect will be different. In Murshidabad, dialect will be different. In Bankura and Purulia, dialect will be different. So you have to use local verbatim or local dialect. Then only the audience will be interested and listens and understand. Explain the exhibits until the audience are not satisfied. Clear? যতক্ষণ তারা বুঝতে না পারে ততক্ষণ কিন্তু তোমাকে বলে যেতে হবে. Because your objective is to help people to understand the exhibits, and ultimate goal is to change the behavior which are unhealthy. Involve sufficient number of demonstrators. Usually 10 to 15 display, one demonstrator. Finish? Then after exhibitions, once the, one thing I have forgotten to tell you. Okay, during exhibitions, what you have to do? In the front of the entrance door, you have to keep a table. On the table, in the exit room, you have to keep one table. On the table, you have to keep an exercise book for comments of the audience. Okay. After exhibition, once exhibitions will be over, you as organizer or as a public health doctors, you have to keenly observe the reaction of each and every, in general, of the audience. That means face reading. We call it face reading. তারা satisfied হয়েছে কি হয়নি, face reading is important. Observe the reaction of the audience. Next, analyze the record book that has been kept on the table before they exit. It is over, then you have to dismantle all these materials, because you see, you have to organize exhibitions once and again. For that reasons, you have to dismantle the displays and other settings properly and keep the materials in proper place for future use. If possible or feasible or doable, conduct an informal survey. Face reading is okay during exhibitions because you know from where they have come. So you can conduct informal survey with help of a questionnaire or a schedule and get the feedback. Okay. Then advantage and disadvantage. What are the advantage? One of the best way to reach the illiterate. Here exhibits are there. So demonstrators are there for explanations. So it is the best way to reach the illiterate. Number 2, provide better learning through varieties of experience. Like they can hear, they can see, they can touch, they can feel, they can taste also. Opportunity may be provided for practical learning through demonstrations, because demonstration as a method of education, you can use demonstration during exhibitions also, so that they can have the opportunity to learn more and more. Interesting and attractive because of decorations, good setting, physical setting, okay, comfort feeling and other lively displays. Helps to develop creativity, and also organizing exhibition can help to learn new knowledge and skills. And what are the disadvantages? Difficult to organize an exhibition in terms of money, material and manpower. Difficult to organize to suit different kinds of people with different needs, with different socio-economic background, socio-economic and cultural background. Even few persons may be there, even they do not know what কিছুই জানে না, তাদের জন্য একই, তার জন্য প্রবলেম হতে পারে। Okay. Apart from this, due to non-availability of resources, unfavorable weather, etc. Conclusion: present behavior with the audience. Always that must be taken into consideration while organizing or during exhibitions. Your behavior will be polite, your behavior will be sober. Okay. Maintain a record book for the comments of the audience. So that is all about mass methods. Five minutes more for discussions. Rather I can go, if you tell yes another method, I can start another method also. Two methods only I have discussed. Mass methods. One is lecture or speech and second one is exhibitions. Any question for clarifications? Now I will start group methods, panel discussions. Perhaps everybody or somebody at least heard the name of panel discussions. কোথায় দেখেছো, শুনেছো? Many a times. Very important for examination point of view. Panel discussions. ওটা কি? Symposium. Panel discussion, symposiums. These two thoroughly very important from the examination point of view. Panel discussion, very important. It is an educational methods where a small group of 4 to 8 persons get around the table in the presence of the audience and discuss among themselves the topics or subject which is relevant to the audience and in which the panelists or panel members have specialized knowledge. What is that? This is a table. Fine. When a group of 4 to 6 persons get around the table, in left side 4, right side 4, in the middle moderator will be there, later on I will tell you. Okay. So when 4 to 6 or sometimes 6 to 8 persons get around the table in the presence of the audience and discuss among themselves. Discuss among themselves. They are discussing among themselves in the front of the audience concerning a particular topics which is very interesting and need based. That means there is need of that audience to discuss, and the panel members are the experts. They have the specialized knowledge, skills for briefing or discussing topics, that is panel discussion. Clear হয়েছে? Now কখনো ইউজ করব, it is a to and fro discussions among the, again I am telling, among the panel members, not involving the audience, only among the panel members. They are discussing touching or covering almost all aspects of the topics, and the audience appreciate the same by listening only. Audience are passive listener. They will appreciate when they will discuss among themselves or topics. You people as a learner will listen. Usually panel discussion sometimes in the community settings, but many times in the institution settings, formal settings, panel discussions. When it should be organized? It should be organized when the topics is large. It should be organized when the topics is large, complicated, and need clarification from different angles. When a group of experts are available. Clear হচ্ছে? কখন কখন করব তাহলে? When the topic is large, complicated enough, and need clarification from different angles. Next, when group of experts will be available. এখানে আমি শেষ করব, নেক্সট দিন আমি পুরোটা আবার রিপিট করব। Now this is about the sketch. What I told you, the same thing I am repeating once again with the help of this, with the help of this visual aids. What is the name of this visual aid? Specific name. With the help of what? Visual aid. কোন visual aid এর সাহায্য নিয়েছি আমি? LCD. That you should know also, being a public specialist. LCD projector. This is the LCD projector. With the help of the LCD projectors, I am trying to show you the sketch of the panel discussions. দেখো, personal involved or the structure of the discussion. কি আছে? In the middle, there is a moderator. Okay? In the left side and right side, PM means panel members or panelists will be there. How many panel members are there in my sketch? 8. 4 either side, 4 other side. Left and right, 4 and 4 equal to 8. Now, usually what happens during discussions? Once the discussion will start, the moderator will preside the function. Moderator will start the functions, introduce all the panelists, and then request the panelists start the sessions, highlighting the objective of the discussions, so that objectives will be met at the end of the sessions. Here, the thing is that there are two sides, left and right, is it? There are 4 panel members. In right side also, there are 4 panel members. Okay. So, one panel members from the left side will ask questions to the right side panel members, and right side panel members will ask the questions. In this way, it will be going on like this. Okay. Left side asking questions, right side responding or answering the questions. Again, right side answering the question, asking questions. Right, left side answering the question. In this way, it will be going on until the objectives of the panel discussion that was set out earlier is finished or achieved or completed. Next class also, I will start with panel discussions once again. Okay, that's all.